Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive. We're going to prep you for an electrical cable assembler interview.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, so think about like the wires in your phone charger or the massive cables you see in like industrial machines.
Right.
You could be the one making sure those connections are perfect and like bringing electricity to life.
It's a pretty cool job when you think about it.
Yeah, and we've got all these awesome insights from RoleCatcher's career guides and interview prep materials to help you nail that interview.
We've got your back.
Okay, let's start with the basics. What exactly does an electrical cable assembler do?
You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
The RoleCatcher Career Guide actually describes them as the unsung heroes
Oh, wow.
of the electrical world.
I like that.
They're the ones
Yeah.
working with materials like steel, copper, aluminum to create the pathways for electricity to flow.
It's amazing how they
Mhm.
take those technical drawings and turn them into real-world functioning systems.
It's true.
It's a blend of technical skill and artistry, would you say?
Absolutely. I mean, the guide really stresses the importance of hands-on experience, too.
Yeah.
Like entry-level positions, apprenticeships, even just working on personal projects that involve wiring,
That makes sense.
which can give you a real leg up.
So speaking of advantages, did you know that the demand for skilled assemblers is actually projected to grow steadily over the next decade?
It's a good career to be in.
It's not just a job, it's a career with a future.
Exactly.
Now let's take a look at the pros and cons. The guide lists job stability opportunities for advancement and even the potential for overtime pay as some major pluses.
Yeah.
But it also mentions repetitive tasks and potential exposure to hazardous materials. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think the interesting thing is the balance, you know? You have the stability of a skilled trade,
Right.
but you also have that opportunity to keep learning and advancing.
I see.
So the key is to really understand your own preferences.
Yeah.
And what aspects of the job really resonate with you.
All right, so we've got a good overview. Now let's jump into the interview itself.
Okay.
We've picked out some common questions from RoleCatcher's interview guide,
Great.
and we're going to break down how to answer them,
Love it.
but also what the interviewer is really looking for.
It's all about reading between the lines.
Are you ready to step into that interview hot seat?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, first one. What interests you about this role?
Okay.
Seems simple, right?
Yeah, you'd think so.
But there's a lot they're trying to figure out with this question.
Absolutely. They want to know if you're genuinely interested and if you really understand the job. It's not enough to just say, oh, I like working with my hands. You have to show them that you've done your research
I see.
and that you're genuinely excited about the specific tasks involved in cable assembly.
Yeah, that makes sense. The guide suggests connecting your personal interest to the role.
Right.
So, for example, if you're fascinated by the intricacies of electrical systems, highlight that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And be prepared for a follow-up question, too.
Oh.
Like they might ask, what do you know about our company?
Oh, that's a good one.
So make sure you research the company beforehand.
Yeah.
Understand their projects, their values, their culture.
Right.
This lets you tailor your answers and show that you're genuinely interested in working for them.
All right, let's shift gears to a more technical question. What experience do you have in cable assembly?
All right, getting into the nitty-gritty.
Now, if you have direct experience,
Yeah,
this is your time to shine.
absolutely.
Talk about specific projects, the types of cables you've worked with,
Mm.
the tools you used, and the challenges you overcame.
Right.
Focus on the skills you've developed and the results you've achieved.
Quantifiable results are always a good thing.
They are.
Yeah.
But what if you don't have direct experience?
Don't worry. You
Yeah.
can still highlight transferable skills.
Okay.
Think about any experience where you've shown dexterity, attention to detail, or problem-solving skills.
Okay.
Even something like building furniture from IKEA instructions or fixing electronics. Well, that's a good point.
It shows you can follow instructions and work with precision.
It's all about connecting those dots for the interviewer.
Exactly.
Now, let's say they ask, how would you ensure quality control in cable assembly?
Okay.
This goes beyond just knowing the steps.
Right.
They want to see that you understand industry standards and that you are committed to delivering top-notch work.
It's about having a standard.
Yes. The guide stresses the importance of a proactive approach.
Mm-hmm.
So talk about visual inspections using testing equipment
Right.
to check for continuity and insulation and just double-checking your work in general.
Absolutely. And even mentioning specific procedures can be really helpful.
Okay.
Like documenting test results or using a checklist system.
Mhm.
That shows a strong understanding of quality control principles.
Okay, so we've covered some critical questions. Imagine you're in the interview and they ask, How do you ensure that cables are assembled to meet customer specifications?
This is where that meticulous attention to detail comes in.
Yeah. You need to show them that you can interpret those technical drawings, follow instructions precisely.
Yes.
Basically, you need to be a champion of accuracy.
It's like baking a cake.
Exactly.
You know, one wrong ingredient.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is ruined.
That's a great analogy.
To really highlight your process,
Yeah.
maybe you highlight key specifications on the drawings, you use a checklist, or you double-check your measurements. Showing them that you're proactive and detail-oriented can make a huge difference.
Absolutely.
But what if the specifications aren't clear?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
In that case, don't be afraid to mention that you would clarify any ambiguities before moving forward.
Okay.
That shows you're not just blindly following instructions, you're thinking critically about the project.
Okay, let's talk safety. This one's crucial. How do you ensure the cables are assembled safely?
Safety first.
Always.
This is where you demonstrate your knowledge of safety protocols.
Right.
And your unwavering commitment to maintaining a safe work environment.
The guide emphasizes the importance of using proper PPE gloves,
Of course.
safety glasses,
Yeah.
maybe even steel-toe boots.
Right.
And don't forget lockout-tagout procedures.
Absolutely.
Mentioning specific safety checks can also help,
Definitely.
like inspecting your tools for damage or keeping your workspace clutter-free.
Oh, great point.
It's not just about ticking boxes.
Right.
It's about genuinely caring about working safely and responsibly.
I agree.
Okay, we've covered a lot here.
We have.
But before we dive into more questions,
Okay.
let's talk about how RoleCatcher's AI can actually help you ace this interview.
Oh, this is where preparation gets really interesting.
It does. It's like having a personal interview coach right in your pocket.
Exactly.
That's what RoleCatcher's AI offers.
It's pretty amazing.
It analyzes job descriptions to figure out the key skills employers want. And then it suggests ways to tailor your CV and answers to specific roles.
Wow.
They even have an AI-powered interview practice feature
I've heard about this.
that gives you feedback on your delivery and content.
It's like having a virtual mirror to help you polish your interview skills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can practice answering common questions,
Yeah.
record yourself, and get AI-driven insights on your pacing, tone, word choice,
Wow.
and even your body language.
That's incredible. It's like having a secret weapon for your interview.
It is. And the best part,
Yeah.
it's free to sign up and explore the platform.
Can't beat that.
We'll be sure to include a link in the show notes.
Awesome.
All right, you ready to tackle some more questions?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Okay, so let's dive back into those interview questions.
Yeah.
Remember, we're not just giving you the answers to memorize.
Right.
We're showing you how to approach these questions authentically and confidently.
Okay, so let's say the interviewer asks, how do you manage your time effectively in cable assembly?
Ooh, good one.
This is all about showing them that you can juggle those tasks, meet those deadlines, and just stay productive under pressure.
Time management is crucial in any job.
It's not just about speed.
Yeah.
It's about working smart.
Right.
The guide recommends highlighting your organizational skills
Yeah.
and giving them some concrete examples.
Real world stuff.
Yeah, so if you use a to-do list,
Huh.
a planner, or even like a specific time management method like the Pomodoro technique, this is the time to mention it.
Absolutely.
And don't just list the techniques.
No.
Explain how you actually apply them in a real-world setting.
Like you could say, in my previous role, I was responsible for assembling multiple cable orders simultaneously. To stay on track, I prioritized orders based on deadlines and complexity and broke down larger tasks into smaller chunks.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That paints a really clear picture of your process.
Yeah.
And shows that you can handle multiple projects efficiently.
It's all about showing, not telling.
Exactly. Now let's shift gears to problem solving.
Okay.
Imagine the interviewer asks, how do you troubleshoot cable assembly problems?
Ooh, everyone's favorite.
Every assembler needs that troubleshooting superpower.
Absolutely. This question is all about showing off your systematic approach to problem solving.
Okay.
Start by outlining your steps.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you begin with a visual inspection,
Oh.
then use testing equipment to check for continuity and installation.
Yeah, those are the basic.
What if the problem's not immediately obvious?
Right. That's a good question.
Well, that's where your resourcefulness comes in.
Okay.
You could mention consulting assembly diagrams, researching online, or seeking guidance from more experienced colleagues.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's all about showing that you can think critically
Mm-hmm.
and find solutions.
Sharing a specific troubleshooting experience from your past can really make this answer come to life.
Yeah, for sure. Did you ever have to solve a really tricky wiring issue
Mm-hmm.
or come up with a clever workaround.
Oh, yeah, totally.
This is the time to share that story.
Okay, let's move on to equipment maintenance.
Okay.
Picture the interviewer asking, how do you maintain and repair cable assembly equipment? This question is like asking a chef how they keep their knives sharp.
Oh, I like that.
Dull tools make the job way harder, and they can even compromise safety.
True that.
So start by mentioning your experience with some common cable assembly equipment,
Okay.
like wire strippers, crimping tools, soldering irons, the usual suspect.
Yeah, the essentials.
Then highlight specific maintenance tasks that you perform.
Okay.
Things like cleaning, lubricating, inspecting for damage, replacing worn parts.
Those are the basics.
If you have experience with any basic repairs,
Oh, yeah.
like replacing a heating element in a soldering iron, definitely mention that.
Showcase those skills.
And any formal training you've received can also add credibility to your expertise.
Absolutely.
Okay, 2 more questions and then we'll wrap things up with a powerful final thought.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's imagine the interviewer asks, how do you ensure that cables are assembled efficiently?
Efficiency is key.
It is. It's all about finding that sweet spot between speed and accuracy.
Right, because you don't want to sacrifice quality for speed.
Exactly. The RoleCatcher Guide really emphasizes having a streamlined workflow.
Makes sense.
So talk about how you organize your workspace and tools.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe mention techniques like pre-cutting wires
Mm-hmm.
or using a timer to track your progress.
I like that.
And don't forget to emphasize your commitment to quality.
Of course, quality is paramount.
It is. Efficiency shouldn't come at the expense of accuracy.
Absolutely.
You could say something like, I believe that efficiency and accuracy go hand in hand. By maintaining a high level of attention to detail, I can avoid those costly mistakes that would slow down the assembly process.
Perfect.
It's all about finding that balance.
Right.
Now for our final interview question.
Okay, bring it on.
Imagine the interviewer asks, how do you ensure that cables are assembled to the highest standards of quality?
The ultimate question.
This is where you really drive home your dedication to excellence.
You've got to show them that you care about quality.
Yes. Start by reiterating the importance of sticking to customer specifications
Yeah.
and industry standards.
Those are the guidelines for a reason.
They are.
Yeah.
And then showcase your proactive approach to quality control.
Okay.
Talk about those checks and balances you put in place, like double-checking measurements,
Right.
inspecting connections,
Yeah.
and doing those thorough tests on the finished product.
All important steps.
You could even mention a specific example where you went above and beyond to ensure quality.
Oh, yeah. A good story always helps.
Maybe you identified a potential issue before it became a big problem.
Smart.
Or you suggested an improvement to the whole assembly process.
I like it.
This is your chance to really showcase your passion for your craft
Right.
and your commitment to delivering exceptional results.
It's all about exceeding expectations.
Okay, we've covered a ton of ground here.
We have.
But before we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
I want to circle back to RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools.
Oh, yeah. Those are game changers.
They can be so helpful for anyone who's preparing for an interview.
I agree.
Imagine being able to practice your answers, record yourself, and get instant feedback
It's amazing.
on your delivery and content.
That's the power of RoleCatcher's AI.
It is. Their AI can analyze your tone, your pacing, your word choice,
Wow.
and even your body language.
That's so cool.
And it gives you those personalized insights to help you refine your interview skills.
It's like having a personal interview coach available 24/7.
Exactly. And with their free sign-up, you could explore all these features and more.
Awesome.
We'll be sure to include a link in the show notes.
Definitely.
Now, before we conclude this electrifying deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave you with a final thought-provoking question. As you prepare for this interview, think about how your own skills and interests match up with what this role actually requires.
Yeah.
Are you really excited about working with your hands, diving into technical details?
It's not for everyone.
It's not.
Okay.
And playing a crucial role in bringing power to our world.
You're literally electrifying the world.
You are. And remember, the RoleCatcher Career Guide is packed with additional resources.
Oh, yeah. It's a gold mine.
It outlines those 3 distinct career stages: entry-level, junior, and senior.
I like how they break it down like that.
Yeah, each one has its own set of responsibilities and growth opportunities.
Makes it easy to see where you could go.
And for anyone who loves to keep learning, the Advance in Your Career section is awesome.
It is.
It talks about hands-on experience,
Right.
continuous learning through courses or certifications, showcasing your skills through projects or portfolios,
Those are all great.
and networking within the industry.
Networking is so important.
It is. All right, so let's bring it all together.
Okay.
We've explored the role, tackled those tough interview questions,
We did.
and uncovered the power of RoleCatcher's AI tools to really help you stand out.
You'll be a rock star.
Remember, preparation is key.
Always be prepared.
By understanding the role, practicing your answers, and using the resources available, you can walk into that interview with confidence.
And make a great impression.
Oh, and one last thing. The career guide mentions some really great external resources.
Oh, yeah.
Like industry associations and online forums where you can connect with other professionals.
Those are gold.
They are.
Yeah.
You can stay updated on trends and even find some mentorship opportunities.
Mentors are invaluable.
They are. All right, and with that, we've reached the end of our electrifying deep dive.
It's been a journey.
It has.
We hope you feel empowered and ready to conquer that electrical cable assembler interview.
You've got this. We're cheering you on every step of the way.
Go get 'em.
Thanks for joining us.